During Christ's time here on earth, Jesus would tell his disciples and the Jews about God, himself, and morals that people should put into their lives by using parables. One of the methods that people learn morals is through storytelling. And in today's society, one of the greatest ways of telling stories is through the magic of cinema. I'm going to take you all on a journey through the genres of fantasy, horror, and sci-fi, and show you how to find Christ within the parables of the film industry. Hello and welcome to another episode of Parables of the Film Industry. I'm your host, Ned Burry. Today's movie really focuses on the aspect of suffering and overcoming the pains of your past. And that movie is Batman Returns. The main characters that you really want to focus on when it comes to this parable are Batman, aka Bruce Wayne, the Penguin, aka Oswald Cobblepot, and Catwoman, aka Selina Kyle. All three of these characters have gone through some kind of tremendous suffering. Whether or not that was Bruce Wayne as a child witnessing the murder of his parents in Crime Alley, Oswald Cobblepot literally being abandoned by his parents and thrown into a river just because he looked deformed, or Selina Kyle just having a rough time with her life as she is just incredibly unlucky and then eventually gets murdered. All three of these characters have endured severe pain and suffering for whatever happened in their lives, whether or not it was being abandoned, literally seeing the death of a loved one, or being murdered. And it's within these three characters that we learn the lesson of how we overcome the scars of our past. Both Penguin and Selina Kyle wind up turning to lives of crime, where Penguin is literally trying to kill the firstborn children of all the people of Gotham, and Catwoman just wants to be free. She wants to let loose and wreak havoc on Gotham against the people who betrayed her, tortured her, and of course against her actual murderer and employer, Max Shreck. No, not that Shrek. Now, how does Batman deal with his pain? Granted, still not technically in the most healthiest of ways, but he does try to use his pain to bring justice and to save the innocent people of Gotham. Yes, that's by dressing up as a giant bat and flying all over the city attacking clowns, but he is still trying to use his pain and his fear against those who are trying to bring pain to others. He uses the pain and the lessons that he learned from the murder of his parents to try and not only better himself, but better those around him and better his city. Meanwhile, Penguin and Catwoman are just out for themselves because they literally feel sorry for themselves. They wallow in their pity and their suffering. Meanwhile, Batman instead tries to go out and better everyone around him. And how many times have we been there in those times? Whether or not we were abused mentally, sexually, physically, any kind of abuse, or we just have come across incredibly hard times, whether it's financial, the death of a loved one, or literally just anything in that life tries to throw at us. We cannot let the pains of our past or our current pains define who we are. We have to pick up the pains and sorrows of our past as well as our present and try to learn from them, pick up the cross, and literally just try to bear through it. I know it's hard, and as someone who does have to deal with a lot of the pain and suffering from depression, anxiety, it's really hard, and it's something that I myself have to go through on a daily basis. But it is something that we can go through. It is something that we can make it through, and it is a cross that I am willing to bear to help others with that same pain that they go through. For everyone else out there who is dealing with any kind of sorrow, pain, or literally anything, especially during these trying times, you have to ask for guidance from God and for Him to help you carry the cross that you have to carry. Because just like so many other great characters in films, in this case Batman, we can take the pain that we have been dealt by life and just try to get through it with the help of God. As long as we don't wallow in our own suffering and blame others for what we have gone through, we can be a shining example to others who are also suffering.
Merry Christmas, Albert. Goodwill toward men.
Thank you so much for joining us in this video. This has been Parables of the Film Industry, and I am your host, Ned Burry. I'll see you guys later. Take care.